Happy birthday, Dr. J. That's right, today is February 22nd. You're getting this on the 23rd. Um, and I know most people think of today as George Washington's birthday. But for me, it was always synonymous from probably my sophomore year of high school on. This date, in my mind, was always first and foremost Dr. J's birthday. Dr. J was my hero. Yes, I had my share of them as a kid growing up, various heroes, and can continue to have them into my adulthood. But Dr. J has kind of been at the top of the list, and loved him as a basketball player. The style, the grace that he played with was always, and the excitement that he brought, the slam dunks, all of that. That was a huge part. It's kind of where slam dunk success, in fact, has kind of come from. He revolutionized that move in so many ways, and then the word became, synonymous with so many other things, like it's a done deal type of thing. Well, he was my hero all growing up and into adulthood, and so I just knew his birthday. It's something I've never forgotten. And I thought about this today as it popped in my head. Oh, it's Dr. J's birthday. I mean, most people were focused on that as 2/22/22. Very cool thing. I'm thinking Dr. J's birthday, George Washington's birthday. But that's what heroes do to us. They get into us. They get to be a part of who we are. Because as much as I loved the guy for the way he played the game, revolutionized it, made it exciting to watch, I also just absolutely loved the class and the way he handled himself. And it was the type of thing that I'm not going to say I modeled myself after him, but there was always that in the back of my mind. How do you handle yourself? Like when I'd be coaching or be out on the floor, how should one handle himself or herself? And then as I became a coach, and the more I, would think about not necessarily Dr. J, but just that concept, there was always the idea that we're going to handle ourselves with class, and we're going to do what we need to do, to display the right, behavior, the right class, as I say, class, on the court sportsmanship. I mean, all of those types of things became a huge part of who I became as a coach. And as I say, while some of it certainly was within me and my parents instilled in me and the environment I was in, I also saw that from Dr. J. And then I'd watch for other players and see other players not being that way, and then other players being that way. It's like that more. Then I started following coaches, and I loved the coaches who focused on making sure their players played that way as well. And so the point of today, the reason why I wanted to talk today and talk about Dr. J is, here's a person who I've never met in my life, and yet he's been a hero and an influence and an impact on me as a kind of a mentor. And I think there's a couple messages here. One is, who are you going to? Who are you looking up to? And I have my personal mentors who were friends of mine, who were great teachers and coaches, great leaders. I've had a lot of personal mentors in my life as well, and extremely important, and probably more important than some of the ones from afar. And yet, those people from afar, from the distance, have still been great mentors to me. So who can you have? Who do you have, or do you already have? And then from the other side, consider this concept. You might be a mentor to someone. In fact, if you're a coach, you're mentoring young men and women. And so you're needing to work to instill those types of things that I've been talking about, that I realized I wanted to instill into my teams. And I watched other coaches instill in theirs and thought, yes, that's the way I want to do that. And so you are in that position too, as a coach, a teacher, a leader of some other sort, a parent. We are all in that role of mentor, guide, help to someone. And the way we can do that, there's a lot of things we can, personally do right there, but just how do we behave? What do we focus on? How do we handle ourselves? To me, those are the keys to mentorship, to that concept of being a mentor and finding a mentor. If you can find people who handle those types of things and are working on trying to help themselves become better at those things, help others become better at those things, thereby hopefully helping you become better. So find a mentor and be a mentor, because you never know, you might be somebody's hero too. There's this Dr. J, probably as a kid was just playing in the playgrounds, having fun, playing basketball. As he got older and got good at it, he's playing in front of other people. He's not necessarily thinking I'm a mentor and a leader and a hero to other people. That's probably never entered his mind. And all of a sudden, he became that to thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of young people who watched him as they were growing up just like me. So that could be you. And if it is, do not shy away from it, and make sure you take that responsibility seriously, because somebody's counting on you, just like you've been counting on others in your life. All right. Once again, happy birthday, Doc. And hey, if any of you have any connection, 6 degrees Kevin Bacon, 6 degrees of separation, send the video to him so he knows I'm saying happy birthday. We'll talk to you again next time.